Hi, welcome to another vlog. I'm gonna start us off on a different issue today here. Hope you all are doing great today. No, I'm looking different on the iPhone constantly, but anyways, just to get into it, my eyes are definitely like I looked in the mirror, they're so gray. They're not white looking at all, and that means I'm extremely unhealthy. And I've feeling a tiny bit better now, but when I first woke up, I was feeling way worse, choking a bunch, and the food poisoning here, a bunch of food poisoning. We had vegetables we were cooking, and I can't even. I remember the brand, something about like bio inside. I think was the brand name here, and it's like the vegetable pieces were so dirty, maybe even with dirt inside, and or on the outside of the vegetables, and maybe there's like sticks in there and crap, and this is lower quality than Brazil. I'm actually just going crazy almost because I'm just trying to understand, is this really like how bad things are here in a lot of ways? Poland's like a third world country in a lot of ways. Like it has some different things that are obviously better than Brazil, but to have things like this is worse than Brazil from what I went through. Anyways, I'm trying to recover from that because I've been really not well. I talked to the company here about several issues I had and such. I think I'll probably post the pictures now so you can see there was like different issues with like stains all over the couch. I have no idea what was there, and uh, broken stuff in the bathroom and other things in the shower. Obviously, leaking water everywhere. I didn't even mention that because like that's basically how they design it. And what am I supposed to do? Like complain about that? So they're ignoring me still, basically, and not wanting to reply. They replied yesterday about like maybe saying wanted me to send someone to clean. And I was like, yeah, like, would they be able to fix this? Because they're like, oh, we didn't have time to clean the couch. They told me. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have time to clean the couch? I'm renting this for $700 for 11 days. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, right? Especially for a poor European country like this. And outside the city, might I add, really outside the city. I'm so ridiculous because it's the best place we could find here. This is absurd. And now they're supposed to be like giving us breakfast every day, and they just put it on the floor. Yesterday it was not refrigerated. I don't know when they sent it here, how many hours it was out. We ended up eating anyways. I think maybe that food poisoned us more as well, but it felt really bad just letting the food go to waste. And hopefully it wasn't out too long, maybe 4 hours, which is not good at all still. And today there's nothing they sent. They didn't send anything and not responding to me. I feel like we're being punished for what I said speaking, because like you told me, remember that if you say anything to people basically about your problems, oh, they're not getting paid for your problems basically, so they want to punish you in some way. That's why they're not sending breakfast, maybe, for example, right now. I mean, this is extremely big issue. And if you ever talk into the phone as well, by the way, you have to be like really close to it. It's not the Xiaomi. So if you do end up wanting to say something. So yeah, I'm just working with this phone for now. That's all I have. And there's another issue I need to actually be showing you here. I'm going to switch to the front camera regarding Airbnb and how bad this is. I need to show this to people, get this out to people. I need to go show all my cases to truly help people understand how bad Airbnb is and how they're abusing me. They're abusing the hell out of me and putting me through massive suffering and stress and stealing my money. Going to a listing and going into a listing and seeing that things are horrible, not clean, and choking, and they don't want to give me any money back but $5. I paid $50. They give me $5 back. It's the most we can do. And the way the person was speaking to me from Airbnb staff, when I said I want someone higher up, the person's like, oh, I want to inform you that even if I do send this to my manager higher up, I have all the authorization and ability information to make this decision, and my manager will not be able to override my decision, providing it's within their Airbnb terms of service. It shows in the terms of service that I'm protected by, I think, air cover, and that if the listing's inaccurate, I can get all my money back. So before, people there used to say that I would have, oh, you had 3 days to report this, even though it says should, not like you have to report within that time, from what I saw in their terms of service as well. But I'm not for sure. I need to read through that. That's just what I'm seeing from what they were showing. And because this wasn't 3 days, this was a 1 day stay, they didn't have that excuse anymore. And I reported it while I was still renting, like 8 a.m., I believe, that day before I ended up leaving. And what do? They tell me, oh, just random, like, oh, we can't give money back. Just, okay, 5%, and going back and forth, back and forth. And they close the chat on me again. I open it up, and I said, yes, I want to send it to a higher manager. And then someone finally replies today, and just tells me, oh, thanks for getting in touch. We'll ask your host, Marta, if they're willing to give you money back, or give you a refund. And I'm just like, haven't we been over this already? Haven't we been over this already? Okay, I need to show you this here. So if you're wondering, this is the message I ended up sending her. Basically, you also have water damage in the cabinets under this bathroom sink. I noticed these things in less than a day. You should check all the flats you own yourself and not hire anyone unless it is a reputable company. And even then, check your properties from time to time. It's being responsible. And if you want money from guests, that's how it works. So as you can see, I really tried to actually speak to her. I really tried to speak to her. I'm not going to go too far up here, but I really tried to speak to her and everything, right? So guess what happened? I canceled it after that, and it shows here, leave a review. I am leaving a review every time, right? I'm leaving a review every time. I don't even know if I need to blur her face because the laws are so stupid. I was watching a YouTube video, and there were people trying to get thieves for stealing phones, like pickpocketers, and they had to blur the faces of the people who were stealing, or they can maybe get sued for it. Like, you are joking. I need to look up the laws here, but that is absolutely absurd and insane if people are doing this horrible crap to you. Look, it shows here, get started. I am already doing this. Let us know your overall stay. Okay. Looks like, all right, next. How was checking? Okay, horrible. Hard to get inside. It was. Not clean the slides. All kinds of issues here. It's also what happened. Not all accurate. Okay. There we go. Other. And what I put here, they were trying to tell me that I couldn't have the 50 characters. And I was saying, oh, I didn't have 50 characters. Like, what? I didn't have 50 characters. I had exactly, like, I didn't go over 50. I had exactly 50. But a line regarding not knowing apartment was unclean. So if I put a period here, it says no, but if I take it off, like, apparently you can't have the 50 directly, so that's insane. Next. Okay. Not good at all. No, not worth the price. Write public review. Okay, like, here you go. I put it in English first here. The place was horribly dirty. Hair on the couches, hair in the freezer / refrigerator, cookies on random pieces of food on the floor, horribly dusty air due to curtains never being cleaned, and my asthma was horrible for one night I stayed. $50, not worth it in the slightest, and the host claimed she didn't know. Yet how can a host not know after other people complained already? Her reply is not welcome on this review. In Polish, I put the same thing. Alright, right? So I go ahead and I put this here, and I go hit next. Write private. No, I don't want to write anything for this person. We'll let you know what to work on. Thanks for your honest feedback. Your review helps Marta improve as a host and lets other guests know what to expect. Done. I'm going to go back in here again. Look what it's doing again. Again. I go here, leave a review, and I get started, and it just repeats the same thing. I can keep hitting next, and it just goes through the same cycle. Done. I hit here again. I go here again. Look, it won't let me post it. It won't let me post my actual review. So I can show you all this. You want to go through and read this with me. But it shows the topic here. Not clean. I reported this. Good afternoon. I've already stated in another support chat that my host appears to be controlling and even abusive due to them not wanting to give me any information until just 1 or 2 hours before. So yeah, this person was not wanting to give me any information. Like, people who are very controlling and have abusive issues are like this. They want to control everything, barely give you something. I've arrived in the place and it is not clean in the slightest. There are marks on the mirrors, hair on the couch, bread and dirt on the floor. The inside of the refrigerator is dirty, hair in the freezer, and other various regions of filth. My host is not a good person, clearly, based on the way they have acted and the state their apartment is in. I'm having health issues and I need to go to the hospital. I did have to go to the hospital at the time, and it was not good going through all this. It was a nightmare. I do not want my host to know anything until I'm out of the apartment because I do not feel safe about them knowing I've filed a complaint while still in the apartment. I'm sure all you understand what I'm saying right now. So connect method. And I post all these pictures you can see here. I don't know if it's going to show properly. I think you can see right here. I don't know if it's going to show in the picture properly. But from what I can see, there is a hair right in the freezer there. You can barely see something. It's not showing properly on the phone. Actually, here's a better close-up look. There's a hair just like inside. Horribly like dirt everywhere else around it. Not cleaned at all in the slightest. So you can tell no one cared about anything. How can you just leave a hair in your freezer? Like what? And horribly dirty all over here. Not taking care of anything. Just leaving crap all over in here. And not caring the slightest about people. Dirt all over on the desk area here. The iPhone's not going to be great for this because it does not focus very well, especially on the screen. But on the couch as well, all kinds of dirt and debris all over there. Don't know if that'll focus again, but it was really horrible. You can see a little bit better there. And a hair on here as well. You can see there, completely unclean, dirty. And there are spots all over the mirror as well. Horrible dirtiness all over the mirror. A bunch of spots that didn't show up properly in the Xiaomi. And definitely won't show up in the iPhone the way it should as well, recording the Xiaomi. So you can imagine. Some more things right here. More dirt and debris. I need to show this to people on YouTube because this is insane. And more crap all over the floor. The floors were dirty. Not cleaned at all. Just crap everywhere. Like everywhere. And here's back here as well. Ugh, it's gross. I must also mention how filthy and dusty the curtains are, as it appears nothing has been washed. Also, my host didn't even take their items out of the washer. They didn't. They had their crap in there still. As I already stated, please do not speak to my host until midday tomorrow when I'm leaving. Send us a message. Okay, they sent it, everything for free for more details, whatever. I wish that I noticed the pictures of the listing also make the place appear far better than it is. The furniture is arranged differently and appears newer and less dusty/dirty. The host should have updated pictures of her place, not only for me, but for all people in the future. Is there not a rule for hosts to keep their listing up to date? And if they break this rule, does nothing happen to them? I notice hosts have 30 days to report a damage claim and change money to a previous renter, yet the renter only has 3 days to report a problem in a host listing. Yeah, you have 3 days apparently, and they have 30 days. Like, they have 30 days to report your ass for something that happened. This is Victor from Airbnb support. Okay, I'm sorry that your reservation is not meeting experiences after reviewing this case, and since you not want us to get in contact with your host, Marta, to see if the issue could be resolved or solved, we would consider the case as not eligible for a refund. So, let me get this. It's not eligible because I want to protect myself. Because I want to protect myself, it's not eligible for a refund. And since I'm not getting a refund, that means that it does not matter that it was dirty completely and not taken care of in the slightest, so my money's worthless. If you have any other questions or doubts, please let me know. Be more than happy to help. Wow, Airbnb is really a piece of trash. My safety always will come first. The host knows how the listing is clearly. They are a bad person. Airbnb doesn't care. I got that 2 years ago. The way this company is clearly shows how little Airbnb cares about their customers. Meanwhile, literally have to leave here at almost 9 a.m. to be outside for almost 7 hours. I was outside 7 hours. I have that documented in vlogs. 7 hours waiting for another place. Airbnb and its hosts really don't care. Yikes. Update, I've woken up for the day and I'm choking with severe asthma and can't sleep more. This is because of how dusty and dirty the place is, because the host doesn't clean anything, such as the very dusty curtains which keeps the air full of dust. I literally can't sleep more due to waking up choking. You people really don't think about how big of problems hosts cause to renters. Also, go ahead and report this to the owner of the place now if that's really what's necessary. Honestly, you should sue over this. And don't even think about using the excuse of, oh, it needed to be done last night. Sorry, no refund. Because I was at the hospital last night after checking in, and I have documentation showing this. I do. I was at the hospital. I have all the documents. And after finally coming home from the hospital, we went to sleep from exhaustion. Now is the only time I would even have to deal with a host. I'm still choking as I've written all of this information. Not that anyone from Airbnb cares. Not their health, not their money, not their life. However, suing and making Airbnb staff lose their jobs due to how responsible they were does affect them and perhaps is the only way to actually make them care. Even if you fix this situation, I likely will still be entering a lawsuit, and everything I've written can and will be used against Airbnb and Airbnb staff responsible for this in court, because nothing is ever done to hosts to prevent them from giving places like this to paying customers. Absolutely. Nothing is ever done to people. ever. The hosts do whatever the hell they want, and I'm damn tired of it. And I saw so many people agree with that. I have documented asthma. I have documentation. I was at the hospital at the exact time last night. And I have proof of how dirty their Airbnb listing is and of how horrible the staff have handled it and are handling the situation. So go ahead, report this to the host now that I'm awake. Let the nightmare begin, dealing with a spoiled host who knows their apartment is filthy, yet lets guests check in anyway. P.S. I'd recommend reading everything I've said as the judge will. We canceled it there. I have informed the host. I wrote this to them. I'll be expecting a partial refund for such conditions. I was just expecting a partial refund for this, okay, guys? A partial refund. I will also be showing this conversation to hundreds of thousands of viewers on YouTube to display the responsibility of Airbnb, its workers, and its hosts, and how they always all side against the guests. And I will be absolutely doing this. I hope many people watch. I would be really thankful. I showed this as well. They have water damage and spots all over in here. Horrible quality. Look at this. Hi, your issue is important to us, so I want to let you know I won't be able to respond to this query until the 28th. So, this was, literally going to be 3 days later. And if you require urgent assistance, okay, all commission will be documented in this case. Okay, now they're back. And I didn't even see this till the day before, whatever. Thanks for your patience while we work to resolve this together. Is it just me, or are you feeling how big of a nightmare this is? And just, horrible this is. This is unacceptable. I've issued a refund to your original payment method, which breaks down as 10% of the price of the night of the reservation. Refunds are sent right away on our site. So they just literally gave me $5 back is what that breaks down to out of 50. Imagine you go into a place, I was wanting 50% back because I thought that was still generous. And apparently I should have been asking for 100% based on what I heard from people. Anyways, can you help me understand why it's so difficult to have anything not take massive amounts of time for such small amounts of money on companies like Uber and Airbnb these days? This listing was improper, and when submitted a 50% refund request, my partner said only 50%, not 100%. That was a horrible place. And I replied, Airbnb would probably not want to even make the woman give 50% back. Imagine 100%. Looks like I know Airbnb. Man, you really have to change the service because anyone can just list their dirty ass apartment. They never clean, and people who have asthma suffer like hell, and even normal people should not live in a dirty place they're paying so much for. How many times do I need to sue Airbnb for how bad they are? Lol. Just 10% for that. Really? Yikes. I imagine I'm not getting that other 40%, and I thought I was still being nice. Suing Airbnb 100 times, and still the service is broken and not updated. Hi, thanks for your answer. We apologize, but in accordance with our policies, that refund is the only amount that you are entitled to. If you'd like to give us feedback on this issue or your experience, you can do so at this best Victor. You still need help. They closed the case on me, by the way. I'm not lying. I've told people about this. I'm not lying. Yes, I still need help. Escalate this subject to a higher-up team. I'm protected from inaccurate, unclean listings, and when booking via Airbnb, syndicates a 100% refund. I'd also like the name of the worker who has stated these rules and who gave the 10% refund. Hello. Thank you for your reply. I am reaching out. Following your request from my manager to review your case regarding the refund of this reservation, I would like to inform you that as a resolution case manager and support advisor, Airbnb has provided me with adequate training. You may read more details, but whatever. If at any time you are not satisfied with or disagree with any decision made by me or any of my colleagues, I would like to stress that my manager does not have the authority to override my decision if it has strictly followed Airbnb policies and guidelines as highlighted in the terms of service indicated above. If you still would like to have my manager review handling of your case, I will be glad to forward the case over to him immediately. Please be kindly aware that time zone differences and other factors may not make it possible for my supervisor to attend to your request within the next 24 hours. But I can assure you that he will do the best to review your case at the earliest opportunity. Kindly reply to this message to confirm your request so I can proceed accordingly. Thank you in advance for your patience and understanding. Best regards, Victor. Hi, I've been extremely busy editing and not had time to do things, so I didn't reply for a bit. Not even that long, maybe a day or two. I just wanted to follow up and make sure you received my reply to your inquiry. I hope all is well. Please let us know whether we can still be of help. Otherwise, we'll close out this issue for the time being. Thank you for reaching out to the Airbnb community support team. We are here for you whenever you need us. No, you are not, you pieces of trash. You are going to burn in hell for the way you are. It's so horrible. Literally, again, closing the case. Now, when did they close? How long was this? Like seriously, how long? I'm just wondering. When was this? So they replied the next day after that. So they weren't giving me time at all. They closed it already. And I came back to it. This is like 48 hours I came back to. I had to reopen it again because I've been extremely busy. Yes, have the manager review my case. I've noticed that calling resolves issues far more appropriately than speaking via chat. Don't know why I put two thes up there. You're incorrect for authorizing a 10% refund when I, as the guest, am entitled to a full refund in the event of an inaccurate listing, and the designated payer shall be the host for the causation of the aforementioned events. I should not be wasting this much time to resolve such a simple problem, and for such little money as $45. Hi, thank you for your answer. We'll be getting in touch with your host, Marta, to see if they would agree to a full refund. As soon as I have an answer from Marta, I will get back in contact with you. Thank you for your patience and understanding. Best regards. We already know that the host is refusing to give my money back. What is going on? Is Airbnb really this bad? My host shouldn't even be able to decide in this. She stole my money by not giving me a clean listing. I can't wait to show this story to 370,000 people and spread it more online to demonstrate just how bad Airbnb is and how your money is stolen by being deceived. You don't want to do anything about this? You let my host decide, knowing they're corrupt? Alright, keep my $45. It's not worth the defamation Airbnb will receive when this is shown to the public. This will be a great example of how the people in Poland are here, people such as Marta. I won't be responding. Have a great week. That is what has happened. Okay, I don't know where I'm going to add this back into, but I'm going to cut to this and show you everything they just said to me. They finally responded. So this was a message I sent before. Here's this, what's going on. Hi, your host, Marta, did not agree to fully refund you. And now look, they just ignored completely what I was saying there. Everything. It's like they didn't read any of my message, and they just literally went down and started replying with their generic message and left. That's basically it. I saw they literally copied the same crap in the same forms and context. I know other people have this happen because they talk to everyone the same way. This is unacceptable. They should each have a case number assigned to them so Airbnb knows which worker is who and who's responsible for saying things, because I will be suing over this and I will be holding Airbnb responsible for this, and its workers should be fired for the way they act. This is unacceptable. Anyways, your host, Marta, did not agree to fully refund you. We are sorry for the inconvenience, but in this case, only the 10% of the price of the night will be refunded. I hope all is well. You dumbass. Please let us know whether we can still be of help. Otherwise, we'll close out this issue for the time being. Thank you for reaching out to Airbnb community support team. We're here for you whenever you need us. Victor. Oh, I want to vomit. I want to freaking vomit. When was this? Like, what day was this here? So this is May 3rd. This is today, right? 10:49 a.m. So when did they message? 10:49 a.m. Oh, wow, look at that. It literally took them 5 hours and 13 minutes. Like, what? It took them 5 hours, 13 minutes. Okay. To send them basic-ass message like this. 4:02. And what time is it now even? Like, I think it's like 7:43. It's just been a couple hours, and they just immediately already closed the case on me. Already closed the case. These people are bastards. They're horrible people. I'm in shock. These people, I'm going to take pleasure in suing the hell out of this company for all the time they screwed me and almost left me homeless in Curitiba. Other areas, horrible issues with the teacher. Them calling the cops on me for literally being at a place I was paying for, and I did nothing except just literally cancel my reservation. And I had all the rights to be there the day still that I had, because I had paid for that. I did not get refunded. I'm in shock. I really just need to expose this company for what it is, because this is unacceptable, and I want them sued like hell. I hope a bunch of people go and sue this company and make it go bankrupt, because it's the biggest piece of trash ever. This has been a nightmare. My hand's really hurting from holding the camera like that. I don't know if you can see, it's all messed up. Really rough from holding the camera. These people freak you out and just cause you so much hell, especially getting more and more debt. The amount of money they steal from me all the time is enough to buy so much of the food I buy. It's so expensive for rent. I'm barely surviving, going further into debt while trying to make a business, get out of debt, and do things properly. And they're treating me like this. I need to show people this. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. I need to look up the laws, see if I need to blur her face or not, because it's ridiculous. But yes, I am gonna tell you that so many people in Poland here are like this. It is really bad here in a lot of ways for trying to rent a place. You see what the place for the company for this place is doing to me now. They haven't responded to me still. Take their time and not giving something they agreed to, and we had to sign a contract. And the only thing we do, they charge us like literally $120-$130 easily. This is a nightmare. This country's rough. Also, it looks like the government's really like doing something weird here. Calling us red flags. It looks like we were tracked coming here originally because someone really decided to set with us on the plane. That was so weird. Major red flag. Start trying to get information out of us, and we were the only ones randomly checked when we came into here as well. They're making excuses for why we were checked. They tried to find drugs, could not. Humiliated her. Horrible. Treated her way worse than me. Made her do things I did not have to do just because I'm American. And then after that, there's just constant issues we're having here that don't make sense, constant glitching, and we're able to do things. I feel like we're like being watched, maybe because of the way I'm speaking even. If people think I'm crazy, you need to check out what Edward Snowden was speaking about the US government, how much they watch and keep a track on people, keep a track of people. It is insane the technology we had then. Imagine now to be able to focus. Like if they decide to focus on some person because they heard things they did not like, or maybe you're going against things, they can track you, maybe even kill you. This is factual, and it's really difficult because a bunch of people call you crazy. But people disappear all the time. People who go and see things, people are disappearing. How can you say it's crazy when people are disappearing for these things? And you have all kinds of stupid, horrible crap the CIA and FBI have done in the past. These organizations are so bad. And these people have control in other countries too, potentially. But more so, it's the worst in the United States. Here, I'm comparing simply government to government. Governments are horrible, and they will literally go and do whatever the hell they want, because who's going to keep track of what they're doing, right? Who's going to hold them accountable? No one. So that's why this crap is happening. We were trying to message people about getting a used computer, and only the useful chats we had on Facebook for trying to do this, only the useful chats where we were going to go buy something and actually have it, that something that probably worked, proper price, proper thing we're looking for. They're just randomly gone. They're not even archived. They're just gone. The chats do not exist anymore, several of them. And I was in shock earlier when she was telling me this, because we both are pretty aware that something's going on here, because it's not the only time that things like this are happening. It's constant things just weird, not working. And it's not like in a way where the country's broken. It's in a way where it's like manipulated, specifically trying to frick us. And I could barely get the visa interview booked, and it was like banning us even. This has been a nightmare in this country ever since the first time where someone was like trying to spy on us, keep track of us on the plane even. Anyone who worked in the government before probably has a better idea about what I'm speaking about right now. But the general public's going to have more of an issue understanding this, I'm sure. I don't care. I'm going to speak about this anyways, because I'm quite sure this is what is happening. And it's messing with my life and causing us massive hell and problems. Not to mention the way Airbnb is. This is a nightmare. And I hope people understand just like how bad this is to be going through it. Like if it looks horrible, like viewing it, imagine going through it. The way they're treating you is horrible. And again, what I talked about in another vlog about people's names and how it really affects people. People with that name here, like I noticed it changes per country. Each country is different. It looks like names can be worse or better depending on which country you're in. It can still be like there can still be like a connective result in each country. So names can be bad in any country, but also they can change in some ways to be less bad or better. I saw. So it has to be to do with the culture in the country from what I'm seeing here. And here looks like the name Marta, like it's not just her. I think we had two or three people with that name that are all like really, really sketchy people, really not great people here. So it's already named a red flag for us at this point. And as you can see, the way people are treating us here, it's not good at all. It's not good. And I know what I'm going to say is offending people, or what I know what I'm saying is offending people, but I'm going through hell right now. Why should I not be entitled to say it? I should have the right to say these things. And okay, people get offended. People get offended over anything you say in life. You like a different flavor of cereal than them, they're going to get offended. Like, there's always someone who's going to be offended out there. Don't shut your mouth. Go and speak. You have the right to speak. You have the freedom of speech to go say what's on your mind, what's proper, what's happening, what's going on. And that is damn important. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to be posting this. This may just be an entire vlog all in and of itself, but I need to get this out to people and show them what's going on, because this is unacceptable, and I refuse to keep dealing with these things the way they are. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I would like to say, could you tell them the meaning of freedom? I was telling you one day in an elevator, and that's why we actually don't have freedom. And people think they have, but it's not true.
So, like, anything that's like a kingdom, freedom, or is that what you mean?
Yeah, because I think dom, I don't know if it's like that in English, but Portuguese dom is like have a talent. You're like special because you have it. It's something extremely rare, and no one like has it. Like it's not normal. So like when you see free and dom, like you have a dom being free. That means like people are not free. That's not something that actually like is happening.
Well, that's something we know about in history, that you have to fight like hell to maintain your freedom, and freedom is not a right. It's not something you just have. It's something you have to fight for and give your life for. We know this throughout history. Our forefathers spoke about this and said these exact words I'm speaking. You have to fight for your life, and you should die to get freedom for future generations. This is how things are in life, unfortunately, and it's miserable to live like this, but it's reality.
Yeah, I would like to we speak about that because I saw, especially in America, people always speak about freedom, and they always say they have freedom there, and sometimes they compare it to countries that are extremely like terrorists, like really controlled, but I saw it's not true. Everyone is being controlled in a different way.
Yeah, in the United States, there's massive control going on. It's getting worse and worse. Not to mention, you're working 5 days a week, and that's considered normal, and you should almost be working more than that. And there's a massive issue with work in the United States where you're working yourself to death and not good mentally, and you're like a slave. You work there 10 plus years. You do anything, you can get fired. You're gone. That's a slave. What? I hope people understand and agree with that, because that's really what's going on. People are slaves all over in that country.
Yeah.
It's why there's so many people my age and younger who are just standing up saying, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I am not doing this anymore. I'm not working anymore. And jobs are like freaking out, and they're trying to go to AI faster as a result. I saw so many jobs complaining in the US about like not being able to get people anymore for working. And I wonder why. Why do you think people don't want to work for starvation wages? Do you know what we used to get paid back in the 1990s? Like equivalent today? Don't know if it's $25, $30 an hour. And now look what we're getting paid. You're lucky to get like still $7.25 minimum wage in Texas. I saw Texas is like, that state has a lot of issues, and I know people watching from Texas. Go look and research your state. Go look at the laws. Go look at what people are doing there. That state is like getting worse every year, and what they're doing is not proper at all.
Birth control
is illegal. Maybe I need to look into that more, but this crap is crazy. This is absurd. This is insane. People should not be doing these things. That state's going as crazy as California at this point. Like both Texas and California have their asses on fire, and I would not live in either state. I used to want to live in Texas, but after I see the way they are, no, I'm sorry. That's like crazy.
They also should like Texas are paying teachers to like carry guns with them. I super agree with that.
Yeah.
But there's one thing I don't agree. They're not checking a person mentally.
Yeah. They need to.
The student is the only person that is like dangerous for the school and is gonna show everyone.
They need to check the teachers as well, make sure they're all right. Because I know mental checks are not done on people enough for carrying guns. Like you need to see if someone's stable or not. And I don't mean in a way for control. I mean you need to make sure someone's like suicidal or like murderous or having issues before you go let them just have guns all the time. Like I know statistics would agree with me. No matter what people say, I know statistics would agree. Anyways, that's probably about it for now, but you do not have enough freedom in the US or any country, and it's being taken away more and more of every year, every day. Your faces are going to get tracked more. You won't be able to pay for things with your own credit card anymore either. Basically, cash is already not being accepted in a lot of places. Credit cards, you're going to be more limited. If you don't do exactly what the government wants, you are not going to be able to use your credit card, your ring, or chip, or whatever type of payment you decide to get, for example. You will not be able to use anything to pay anymore. And maybe credit cards won't be used anymore. I imagine you'll be using chips or just like scanning your eyeball or face or something, probably eyeball more, or fingerprint to go pay in the future, stuff like that. And just based on technology and the way I see things are going, with probably like eyeballs and chips being some of the most popular, but I'm not sure we'll see as things go. These things will be used to control you even more. And if you do anything the government doesn't like, you can disappear or just like not have food anymore. And if you think I'm lying, go look in China. Like this happens all the time. Even billionaires disappear in China, maybe to come back being really weird after like a month or two. It's happened. I can't remember his name. I don't know if it's like I can't remember. I'm sure you've maybe heard of this story. If you haven't, maybe speak about it in the comments. Help other people hear about it. The Chinese billionaire was disappearing. Still, as far as I know, don't know what happened to him. And even if they do say something, maybe it's manipulated because the Chinese government wanted the billionaire to speak, obviously, about a certain way.
And China also supports North Korea.
Obviously, North Korea's got like a lot of issues. So
people like that go to hell in North Korea, they try to escape.
hmm they get shot and killed and just done.
And when they get away, like to be in China, made
Takes them back.
Deal with North Korea, and any person that goes to China, they have to like report to the North Korean government, and they will be paid for it. The government in China.
It's crazy. There's so many bad things. Like I don't even know what to do. We're just barely surviving. Is this really life? Where you're just barely surviving every day? This is hell. For me at least. Like I don't know many other people as well. This is going to be too long of a video, so I know I just started it, but I just made another vlog all at once. It's crazy. It's really sucking editing, like laying there. Sometimes my hand and arm will constantly go numb if really weird lights get really bright on me, and trying to edit 10 hours, 14 hours in a day right now. It's been really rough, but I want to get these videos edited and get it out to people, help them understand. And I have to try to find out a way not to get copyrighted for music and part of the video as well. I don't know what I'm going to do with that from the radio when I was at Sam's Club and such. So, this crap is all fun. But that's going to be it for now. I think that's everything, right? Okay, I'm going to stop this video now because, like I said, it's really, really long. Please let me know what you thought about everything I just said. And let me know if you are with me, if you support what I'm saying, if you are here, stand together, all of us is together in this community. Let's stop these things from happening and go. The only way to do this is make people be held accountable for their actions, like Airbnb. People need to get together, and it's just super important. I cannot stress it enough. So, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below. Support me in any way you possibly can if you want to help changes and make improvement on things. I'm going to put this in the video somewhere here, but I need to show you what's going on. And I've tried restarting the iPhone, doing every single thing I can. So you go here. It was showing me a couple days ago, no problem, right? I go in here and I move my vlogs off. And now look what happens. I restarted my phone and tried everything. It just shows this. It shows that. Like other things, it's no problem. I checked in there. Internal storage, 101 gigabytes free of 119. Means I should have 18 free. I go and check. This folder's empty. I'm telling you guys, like something's freaking weird with this. I don't understand what's going on. Just constant problems. I don't even want to transfer through Bluetooth or anything. I just want to have a direct connection with wires. This is absurd. I can't believe this is happening. So many things are trying to limit me here. I really feel like phones are tracking a lot. I don't even know how much Apple tracks, but I know every freaking device that is smart at all is tracking you. This is absurd. I can go into here, no problem. No problem. But anywhere else here? What is going on? I don't understand. Like, I am actually in shock. I don't even have a way to move my vlogs maybe right now. Let's see what I can do to fix this. I hope I can find some situation. Wow. I guess that's it for now. So, just thank you very much. I appreciate you all being here. And I really am interested to see what people are going to say. I have a lot of vlogs to post still before I do anything to make my channel post my first vlog even. Like I have not posted my first vlog, and I'm kind of interested to see how people can react to that. I have no subscribers, no channel or anything right now, so I guess see how things are going with this. It'd be really interesting to do this. So that's it for now, and hopefully I get some good comments, not just bad ones or anything. I hope so, but yeah, that's all for now. So I will see you in the next one.